If you can stop an earthquake, doesn't that mean you could start one too?
That's why that notebook should never fall into the wrong hands.
All of downtown, the high-rises were built on rollers to withstand horizontal shakes. A vertical quake this size could collapse half of downtown.
And I'd like Jane to talk a little bit about some fascinating details of how she was able to, with the others, actually save that, buy it, and operate the Tesla Science Center. Please talk to us, Jane.
Well, we're still creating the Tesla Science Center because buying it was what we were able to do. And now to rehabilitate it, renovate the laboratory and restore it is going to take quite a lot more money, although we are working diligently to do that. And I invite all our listeners today to visit our website, teslasciencecenter.org, and you can learn about what we're doing and how we hope to restore Tesla's laboratory to its original glory. We've worked, so the way that we raised the money to purchase it was through a fundraising platform called Indiegogo. And in 2012, it was the point at which Agfa Corporation, which had owned the property for quite a few years, was getting ready to sell it. They had a brownfield there. They had contaminated the ground, and their predecessors between the time of Tesla being there and the subsequent owners, they had used the property as a processing site for photographic chemicals, and waste products had been dumped on the grounds over the years. Now, Tesla originally had 200 acres, and of that, 16 acres were left contiguous and owned by one entity, which was Agfa Corporation. And so they were getting ready to sell it. And we were very concerned because I knew that Tesla's lab was there and I didn't know what could happen to it. I was concerned that it would be knocked down. There was talk of it becoming a shopping center or sell it for housing or something. But I wanted to see that property preserved. I felt that Tesla's legacy should live on, and the foundation, the footing for the tower still exists. So that to me seemed to be a national treasure, and I didn't want to see that be harmed or lost to history or to present day and the future. So a group of us in education, we had started a little organization to promote science education in our local schools. And I thought, well, maybe that would be a great place for us to move if we could finally purchase the property. So when Agfa was ready to sell it, as a way to preserve it, we started a campaign on Indiegogo with the help of Matthew Inman, who is an internet blogger and cartoonist. Now, Gary knows a lot about this because he was involved with us prior to our Indiegogo campaign with Tesla Wardenclyffe projects. Gary wanted to save it too. So we joined forces a bit and worked for a long time. And Marc, of course, we met him. We had a conference where Marc was a prominent speaker when his book first came out, which was a wonderful time. And a lot of people who were involved in various Tesla organizations had joined in, and we'd met each other over the years. Joe, of course, we knew. And Tesla's nephew got involved, and a lot of other Tesla researchers were involved as well. So altogether, we set up this Indiegogo fundraising campaign. And fortunately, Matt Inman has a very far-reaching audience. And he has over 7,000 people who watch his cartoons. I think it's far more than that. But in any case, he posted a cartoon about it, and he promoted it and helped to set it up. And in 6 weeks, we raised $1.34 million to save the property. The property was for sale for $1.2 million. So that was kind of a close call, but it was still absolutely magnificent. We were so excited, and we announced the purchase of it at the New Yorker, and Joe helped to set that up. So that was a really exciting time. And we also were fortunate in that because we were, it was such an amazing fundraiser. Actually, I think we broke records that lasted for a couple of years as to how much money a nonprofit organization was able to raise on Indiegogo. We had people interviewing us and calling us from all over the world, from France, from South Africa, from just around the globe. And that raised our profile even more. So we raised after that several, many thousands more, which was great. But we also were fortunate in that we were given offers of pro bono work by some people, including a couple of lawyers. One of them was our lawyer in the purchase of the property, and she helped to negotiate the price down a bit, which was even better because we knew we had a lot ahead of us, not just in purchasing the property, but what would have to be done. It was virtually a jungle. And as Gary can attest, because I know he was there and saw it, and Marc, you too, you know how overgrown the grounds were and how deteriorating the buildings were. So in any case, we raised all that money. We purchased the property on May 2nd of 2013, and then we set to work to start cleaning it up. We still have not opened a science center because it takes forever to get permits, to get cleanup done, to deal with the Department of Environmental Conservation because of the contamination in the grounds, to get permitting from the town for demolition of buildings that are on the property. It's just been a slog. And during all of this, of course, we have to raise more money because demolition and all of those things cost a fortune. So it costs us a lot of money to remove one small building next to the laboratory. We had a preservation architect that we hired so we would do it right, because you don't want to just do it, you need to do it right. And so we got a preservation architect who helped us in preparing for the restoration of the roof, the cupola, and the chimney on top of the laboratory. So that was done not too long ago, in the last year. And we also have a wellhead, which is a very lovely decorative ironwork piece that was designed by Stanford White, who designed the building for Tesla. And we've had that restored and placed back on top of the laboratory. But now we need to raise millions more to actually demolish all of the buildings that have been attached to the original laboratory and to restore it to its proper glory and bring back some replicas and original pieces, if we can ever get them, of Tesla's machinery, inventions, and work.
If you can stop an earthquake, doesn't that mean you could start one too?
That's why that notebook should never fall into the wrong hands.
All of downtown, the high-rises were built on rollers to withstand horizontal shakes. A vertical quake this size could collapse half of downtown.